One of my favorite Springsteen songs is a song called "Tougher Than the Rest," and there you go. One of the lines in it is, "It ain't no secret. I've been around a time or two, and it ain't no secret that we've been going after some of the kids in here because of their refusal to try." Kevin, Mike, Jimmy, they've been refusing to try to learn the proper techniques. Well, today you guys did, and I'm really proud of you. I think you guys did a great job trying. Now, I just want you to, I don't want you to get discouraged because none of you guys were able to get it all right all of a sudden, and it doesn't happen all of a sudden. It takes a lot of effort to get there. You know, I read this wonderful quote about Derek Jeter and Michael Jordan, and what it talked about was how, you know, everybody sees the outcomes and the great plays they make under pressure, but what they don't see is the countless repetitions, the incredible number of times they just did the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again until such time, oh, I know better. Until such time, oh, completely away, right? Until such time as they begin to put it all together and to see the fruitions of their labor. Now, I'm not going to go over the entire quiz, but I do want to go over one big difference for Mike, for Jimmy, for Kevin, for Uni. You guys are still struggling with this idea of same side and opposite side. So I want to make sure that I make this difference clear to you because I thought you really did try super hard on your quiz. So you don't have to copy this all down, okay? But I just want you to see this here. 7D minus 1 equals 5D plus 15. And then over here, 7D plus 5D equals 20 plus 4. Now, what I'm trying very hard, right, and if you guys didn't get high grades on the quiz, I'm only mentioning those 4 because I remember looking specifically at their papers. But there were a few other kids who didn't get the highest grades in here on that quiz. And things need to be better. Ulysses, where was your quiz today? You didn't hand it in? Why would you not hand it in? Right? Now you can't do better if you don't hand it in, and I don't see where you're making your mistakes. See, I watched these guys' papers. They tried their best, and I got a chance, Kevin, to see where you guys were making your mistakes. So now I can come out here and I can address it, and I can say, hey, this is how I can help you. But Ulysses, if you don't turn your paper in, I can't help you. So you need to make it a point to do the quiz, to hand the quiz in, to see where it is. You can do no worse. If you don't hand it in, you get a 0. Now, today at lunch, you go up on the stage for that little stunt. And I think it was also yesterday and the day before as well, because I had no quiz grades for you. Okay, so then it's the day before that plus this one. Now, what I want you to notice here, and this is extremely important, when you go through this and you see the equal sign, let me ask you a question. Uni, do you ever walk down Main Street or South Ocean Avenue? Right? If you're going to cross sides, what's the first thing that you do? I asked Uni, what's the first thing you do? You look for cars, right? Yeah, look both ways for cars. I mean, does everybody agree with that? Yeah. That's a pretty straightforward thing, that if you're going to cross the street, the very first thing you do is you stop and you look both ways. Do you run into the road and then when you're halfway through the road, stop and then look both ways?
That's a mental hiccup.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
You're a lucky lady so far. I suggest you stop. Now, here's what I want you to understand. Just like there's crossing the road as a practical skill for every day of your life, when you solve these equations, there's a thing you have to do first. The first thing you need to do, Mike, you got to look at these and you got to say, is this a same side situation or is this an opposite side situation? And what I want you guys to do is to look for the letters. What did I just say?
Letters.
Everybody, what did I just say? Look for the letters and ask yourself, are the variables, the letters, on the same side or are they on opposite sides? In this problem, are they on the same sides?
No.
No. Therefore, opposite side,
Opposite operation.
opposite operations. On this one, are they on the same side or opposite sides?
Or same side.
Same side. So, Kevin, stop writing and pay attention. Is this same side or opposite side, everybody?
Same.
Same side.
Same
Same side, what do we do?
Same operation.
Same operation. Kevin, I am gonna rip your sheets up daily if you don't stop doing your homework when I'm trying to teach you. Because what's happening is, you're going home and you're doing the homework every day and it's wrong. Now, what sense does that make to continue to make the same wrong mistakes? Now, if you're banging things and getting them right, go right ahead, do your homework. By all means, absolutely, I would do the same thing too. But when I looked on your paper, Kevin, this is the mistake I saw. You ready? Guys, this is what Kevin did on his paper. Watch. What's wrong with that?
He subtracted that, but doesn't have the D.
Right. You see what Elizabeth is saying? You've got to have the same kind of thing here. This also has to have a D in order to subtract and make 16. So there's no D here, so this is an opposite side situation. The D's are over here. There's one here and there's one here. This is how I need to, these are what I gotta combine. And I wanna get the D's on one side and I want the numbers on the other. So now I have to do opposite sides. Mike, do you see that? I was blocking your view there for a minute. What kind of 5D is this, positive or negative? So I need to do the opposite and write minus. But whatever I do to one side, what do I have to do?
Do to the other.
Do to the other side. Mike, man, this is kind of common sense stuff. Let's say that I'm really, really nice one day and I make a whole lot of money and I say, I'm buying this class bagels for breakfast. I'm gonna buy the whole class bagels. So I go out to the store and I get a big bag of bagels and I come in the room and I give a bagel with cream cheese or butter or lox or whatever to every person in the room, and I don't give one to you.
I
Are
walk
you
out.
gonna be like, yo man, what the heck? What's going on here? And then the classic teenage line, that's not what? Fair! That's not fair.
I'll walk out.
Well, Michael, that's the same thing here. See, if I do negative 5D to this side, that's like doing it to everybody in the class. What do I also have to do to the other side? The same negative 5D. So that's kind of like Kevin, that's the thing that we do in life, right? We want to be fair. We want to keep the same side, opposite sides of the scale, keep it balanced, keep both sides looking the same. Now, 7D minus 5D is 2D. Did I touch the negative 1? No, so it's still there. Equals 15. Now, the numbers are on opposite sides, so I add 1. And I get 2D is 16, and you guys have looked good from there, divide by 2. Now, over here, here's your difference. Ready, Kevin? Check it out. Now the D's are on the same side. Can you see that? Now I can add them and come up with 12D. These numbers are on the same side. I can add those and come up with 24. What you did on your paper, I think you said to yourself, oh, look, it's the same side. I'm going to add them up. I know what to do. Look, look, look. And this is exactly why you should never do your homework in class when I'm teaching. 7D, 5D, 12D. Good. So I'll bet you one day I was doing these questions on the board. You look up, you see me do this, and you go, oh, man, I got that. That's easy. Just add them up and go. But what you didn't hear me say was I only do that when it's the same kind of thing, both D's. So you come over here on your quiz, and you're giving it your best shot. You tried it, no doubt about that. You did way better. And you say, oh, okay, just put them together. That's 6. No, because they don't have both D's. You've got to look for the D's. So just like when Elizabeth, who's going to put the book away, walks across the road and says to herself, is there traffic coming before she walks into the road? You got to say, before you solve the equation, where are those D's? Just like you're going to cross the road, you're riding your bike. Boom, 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 boom. You go to cut across the road. You got to look up and you got to say, where are those cars? I saw this idiot moron, this stupido the other day. I'm over by the bargain bilge. I'm waiting at the light. This idiot, and a complete idiot, on a bicycle just rides right through the intersection. Well, there was a car making a left from Montauk Highway. So the car's passing him. So he really can't see the bicyclist for a minute. As the car passes, he starts turning, and all of a sudden he slams his brakes on. He was about 3 or 4 feet away from hitting that guy on the bike. Why? Because the idiot on the bicycle never slowed down, never stopped, and looked all around and said, is there a car that can hurt me? Well, likewise, when you look at an equation, you got to say, where are those D's? He should have said, where's those cars? You got to say, where are those letters? Where are they? Are they on the same side? Huh? Are they on opposite sides? If they're on the same sides, keep doing what you're doing. If they're on opposite sides, oh, no. Opposite side, opposite operation. And then we start going, and then we start building it from there, okay? All right, I was very, very proud of you guys. I thought you did a super job and really started stepping it up. Okay,
Do better.
now let's take a look at today's questions here. We got our do it question, and you know, I sure hope you did this. This is a lot like yesterday's question. We want to build on it. Tommy's not sure how many dollars in his bank account. I don't know why I didn't write asks. All I could guess is I misspelled it, and this was like autotype or something. He asks the Grand Deacon of Dinero to tell him, and the Grand Deacon says, I will give you a hint. Dun, 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 dun. If you triple the number of dollars and then add 45 to it, the result is the same as. If you multiply the number of dollars by 8. How much money does Tommy have? Okay, so I don't care about the Grand Deacon of Dinero, blah, 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 blah. This I care about. If I triple the number of dollars and then add 45, somebody tell me an algebraic expression that triples the number of dollars and adds 45. Triples dollars, adds 45. Let's go, help me out here. William, what do we got?
3n plus 45.
Sweet. 3n plus 45 is correct. Now, you know, I think it's so helpful to cross this off. Right? Look on your papers. Did you cross that off?
Cross the other top, like Tommy and all that.
Yeah, you could cross that out because it's completely irrelevant. I don't care about it. But when I get to this stuff and I start using these numbers, they put it there for a reason. The person who made up the question saying, what do they need? So they put it in there. Now you got to use it. You got to work with it. It cracks me up. My son's girlfriend is Miss Staten Island. And she meets Ziva, and she knows Ziva goes to dog shows, and she's like, oh, you work it, girl. You know you're the good one. You know they love you. You know you're pretty. Come on, work it, girl. Work it, work it. So it's the same thing here when you go to this. You got to say, all right, I got to work it. I got to go with this here. You triple the number of dollars, add 45. There it is, triple, add 45. The result is the same as. What's that a long way of saying? Equals. Very good. Result is the same as. Beautiful. Equals. Multiply the number of dollars by 8. How do I write an expression for multiply the number of dollars by 8? Elizabeth? 8n. Sweet. Done. Done. I crossed that out. So we're crossing off everything we don't need anymore, and we're left with the directions. How much money does Tommy have in his bank account? Mr. Gluck, my man Kevin, who is now learning the difference in his ways here. He has seen the light. We're working it out. Is this, Kevin, a same side situation or an opposite side?
Opposite.
Bingo! Opposite side, and the whole class said.
Opposite operation.
Opposite operation. Now, you always start with the smaller one. You don't always start on the right or always start on the left. You always start small. Minus 3n. Minus 3n. Die. 45 equals, what are 8 n's minus 3 n's? Everybody said? 5 n's. Now I divide by 5. N is 9.
He's cheap.
Yeah, he hasn't got a whole lot going on. It's not cheap. He's like the government. They just can't get $1 and not spend it. My son Jimmy says of my son Bobby, $1 earned is 2 spent. He could say that about the people in Washington too. Except they don't earn squat. They take and they steal. They
Well,
don't earn it.
they make it, so like they actually make money.
No, you know what? The people who make our money is called the Federal Reserve, and they're not even American.
I know, you should.
We actually pay taxes to make our own money. That's the
You should
truth.
start a group.
Oh, there's plenty of people who have.
Little
Okay,
politics for
let's
school.
go. Hold it. Let's take a look here at number 2. One number is 5 more than another number. This is actually today's lesson. How many numbers are in this problem? 2. So with a problem like this with 2 numbers, I want to make a chart. Ready?
Chart.
Yep, a chart. One number, other number. Now, I'm going to let the first number be x. I always let the first number be x, because I don't know what it is. And when we don't know, we just call it x. Now, the next number is 5 more than that number. How would I write an expression for 5 more than that number? No, 5 more than. What operation's more than, guys? Plus. So it's x plus 5. Have I done anything hard yet? No. Okay, so I did this. I used it up. The sum of the 2 numbers is 25. Sum, talk to me. Sum, what's sum mean? Montenegro, sum, what does that mean in math? Add, good. So if I add the first number and the second number, there's the first one, there's the second one, I get 25. Oh, baby, can you feel it? Can you feel it? Talk to me. Hi! Oh, don't you dare move. Is it same side or is it opposite side?
It's
Same time. Gluck! Tell me, Gluck, how many X's do I have here? Booyah! 2X plus 5 is 25 from there. It gets easy. All right. Hasta la vista. Vaya con Dios. Toodaloo. Ta-ta. Arrivederci. Smile a lot. Ciao. Arriva Zane. Adios, amigos. See amigas. Toodaloo. Ta-ta. See
I
ya.
have my ruler packet.
You have your relearn packet. You mean the one that was due last Friday? That one?
You said chicken on Monday though.
Okay, and
Yeah, I was
then
absent Monday.
and then
I was absent Monday. I just forgot.
yeah, I know this is not good. Show me during lunch, and I'm not saying I don't know what we're gonna do with it yet, but I will look at it with you and try to help you to learn and get better.
Sir,
Yes.
why do you not like Obama because you're rich?
No, I'm not rich. I'm not even close to
But you've
rich.
been teaching for 35 years?
30 years.
30?
And listen, I'm going to tell you a little something about teaching and salaries, and this is the truth, okay?
Yeah.
Some teachers do appear pretty rich, and the reason is because the teacher marries the teacher. Now, if you've got one teacher income, which is what my house lives on, and my wife sells real estate, but real estate's not particularly good right now. If you're a one teacher income, I believe you are paid fairly. Some people might say a little too much, some people might say a little too little, but for the most part, I look at it this way. I've been working for 30 years for the same district, working my butt off, and I believe that I don't make enough. I have never gone on a big vacation. I've never paid for a big vacation because I can't afford it. But I do have a nice car, which I got a little help with from my grandfather when he died. I can't afford a boat, but I'm comfortable. And I can't complain about my living. And to me, that's fair after you work for a place for 30 years. There are some people who are not. The reason I don't like Obama is really, really simple. He believes that he has the right to take money from people and give it to other people who haven't earned that money. And I believe that you should have to earn things. Now, I believe in helping people. My own grandfather was on welfare many, many years ago. I have no issue with that. But there has to be a point in time where you get off and you are responsible for yourself. And he doesn't seem to believe that. So that's my beef with him. I think he's a good guy. I think his heart is in the right place. I just think his methods don't work.